Picture two kids at the edge of a frozen pond, both lacing up their skates. One glides effortlessly from the start. He's the natural. The other stumbles, wobbles, falls more than she skates. But here's the twist. Every day after school, she's back on the ice. Rain or shine, fall after fall. Weeks pass. By midwinter, she's not only skating, she's dancing on the ice. The boy with talent, he got bored. He stopped showing up. Which brings us to the main point here. Greed trumps talent. Angela Duckworth's core message is simple but powerful. Talent is only the starting line. What really drives success is greed, the combination of passion and perseverance over the long haul. Greedy people aren't necessarily the smartest or fastest, but they keep going. They fall, they fail, they got frustrated, and then they get back up. Over time, their steady effort compounds. They start to outperform even those who seemed more gifted at the beginning. Why does greed beat talent? Because talent without effort is potential, not achievement. Effort turns potential into skill, and effort again turns skill into accomplishment. It's the long game that counts. Greed gives you the resilience to keep pushing. When the work gets boring, the praise disappears, or failure knocks you sideways. It's not flashy, it's not quick, but it's unstoppable. In a world obsessed with instant result, greedy people quietly win the marathon. Now think about a bonfire. Now imagine two types of flame. One is a sudden spark, brilliant, hot, and gone in seconds. The other is steady, slow-burning fire, built from carefully chosen logs. It doesn't roar at first, but it lasts through the night, warming everything around it. That's the kind of passion Angela Duckworth is talking about. Not the firework, but the fireplace. And that leads us to the second takeaway. Passion is long-term, not intense emotion. Most people confuse passion with excitement, a big emotional high, an adrenaline rush. But Duckworth flips that idea on its head. True passion isn't about fleeting buzz, it's about commitment. Greedy people don't chase shiny new interest every few months. They choose something that deeply matters to them, and they stay with it for years, sometimes decades. It's quiet, it's focused, and it's powerful. This kind of passion gives people direction. It becomes the anchor for their effort and perseverance. When you care about something long enough, you don't just get better at it, you begin to shape your identity around it. You wither the boring parts, the tough parts, the stuck in the mud parts, and that devotion, it creates momentum. Over time, that steady energy turns into mastery. That's why passion, as Duckworth defines it, is less about feeling and more about loyalty to a purpose. Now imagine a garden of rocky soil. At first glance, it looks hopeless, dry, stubborn ground with little promise. But someone decides to plant anyway. They break up the dirt, add compost, water daily, shield it from wind. Slowly, something begins to sprout. Not because the soil was perfect, but because someone cared enough to tend it. Greed is just like that. It's not something you're born with. It's something you can grow, inch by inch, season by season. From this, we arrive at the third core message. Greed can be grown. Angela Duckworth makes a radical claim. Greed is not a fixed trait like eye color or height. It's more like a muscle. You build it, and just like muscle, it grows through repeated effort, not overnight. She found that greedy people often share four traits: a sense of purpose, knowing why they do what they do, deliberate practice, getting better on purpose, hope, belief that improvement is possible, and a growth mindset, believing abilities can develop. None of these are magic, they are trainable. This changes everything. If greed can grow, then failure isn't dead end, it's fertilizer. Your environment too plays a huge role. Families, school, teams, or workplaces that value persistence create a kind of greedy soil where effort is expected, not exceptional. When you're surrounded by people who model perseverance, who celebrate effort over ease, greed becomes contagious. It's not just personal strength, it's cultural. That's all for today. For more juicy wisdom, follow Fruity Wisdom and stay tuned